2 weeks ago, Marist and Niagara played a 2-overtime game at Niagara that Marist won by a basket. Today, with a ticket to the finals at stake, they meet again in the MAAC women's semifinals. And all the action is coming up next. Welcome to the 2012 MAAC Women's Basketball Championship presented by Pepsi Max as we come to you from the Mass Mutual Center here in Springfield, Massachusetts. Today, it's the semifinal round of the 2012 MAAC Women's Championship. The 5th-seeded Purple Eagles of Niagara going up against the top-seeded Red Foxes of Marist College. Our look at our brackets, a game just played earlier. Fairfield knocked off Siena, advancing to the MAAC Championship game. They await the winner of this ball game. Welcome, everybody. I'm Dean Darling along with Mike Ryan. Thanks so much for joining us for our second semifinal call of the day. Back on February the 19th, Micah, these two teams played a double overtime game up at Niagara. Will we get a replay today? I don't know. I thought Marist was very efficient yesterday in their win. I think Niagara, though, has an advantage in that they have nothing to lose. They should be having more fun than anyone in the building, coming in as the 5 seed, upsetting the 4 seed. Nothing to lose today. All right, let's take a look at our Blue Rock Energy one-on-one. The leading scorer for each team featured. For Niagara, Kayla Stroman, who had an outstanding year, second team all-conference. Coriel Yard, the MAAC Player of the Year. Stroman, so tough to defend off the dribble. That's going to be a tough matchup for the Marist Foxes today. And what can you say about Coriel Yard? I mean, she does it all. Take a look at our starting lineups. They're brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. Energize your day with Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. It's double brewed and made the way you like it. For the Eagles, Johnson, Morris, Stroman, Britton, and Gatto. A transfer in from the University of Illinois, Chicago. For the Foxes looking to defend the championship, Yard, Doolin, Akaden, Bainan, and Gang. Kendra Clausen, year number 5. They said she would end up in 10th place. She ended up in a 3-way tie for 4th place on a MAAC record of 9-9 this past year. For the Foxes in his 10th year, the man, Coach of the Year in the MAAC, 6 of the last 10 years, 248 career wins, a winning mark of 77.5%. Take a look at our game keys brought to you by American Red Cross. Niagara has to be very sound defensively against this motion offense of the Marist team. One and done on the boards. No second shots by Marist. Marist has to contain Stroman. She's the one that makes everything happen. So that means they've got to defend ball screens extremely well today. The officials for this game. There you see the man in the middle. John Orminski, Mike Schmidt, and Norma Jones is the lady in charge, our referee. Lineups being announced. Niagara losing twice to Marist down in Poughkeepsie, but then the great overtime game back on February the 19th. Marist Red Foxes entering play for this one with a 23 overall win, 17-1 in the MAAC. They've gone 35-1 in the MAAC the last 2 regular seasons, and they are the defending champ of the MAAC. They've won the postseason title 6 consecutive years under that man, Brian Georges. And I call him the maestro. They just don't come any better. Georges came over from a local high school, took the reins 10 years ago. As you see the Marist huddle there for Niagara. 13-18 overall, 9-9 in the MAAC, winning their last 3 games, and came up with a big win yesterday against Loyola. They played extremely well. They shot the ball well. They defended well. And as I said, they have nothing to lose here. This is gravy today to be in the semifinals because 3 months ago, they were picked to finish last in the MAAC. When you talk to people behind the scenes of the Marist bandwagon, they're worried about Niagara. They know Niagara can come out and shoot that 3 and also got an inside presence. And they have right to be concerned, especially with Kayla Stroman at the helm. She is going to be a tough matchup for them today. Kayla Stroman, second team all-conference player. She had 24 in that overtime game. She knocked down 5 threes in that ball game. Well, the contingents of cheerleaders are here. We have fans, we have band members, dance teams. Just a festive atmosphere here for the MAAC Women's Basketball Championships at the Mass Mutual Center. That's Brandy Gang. She had an outstanding year. Second team all-conference for the Red Foxes. And again, she doesn't want the dreams to end. She's a senior as well. She's had a great year, and I expect
as we saw in the first game, that we're going to see seniors step up when it comes to crunch time.
They are out at the center court for the Purple Eagles. They will rely today a lot on Kayla Stroman, who had a very good game yesterday. And again, she missed most of the year last year with a left knee injury that put her down after just playing in 8 games. Tap controlled by the Red Foxes. Last year they won 31 games. They went 18-0 MAAC. They almost did it again this year, 17-1. The only blemish was a 4-point loss at Manhattan. Akuden quickly went off the arm there of Gatto. Inbound will come from Doolin. Doolin had to move into that starting point guard role when Christine Best went down with a knee injury in December. A couple misfires on long looks for the Foxes.
Not hesitant to go to that three-point shot right away.
Shy Britton hands off now for Morris. Stroman. There's Stroman shooting over Akuden and using window.
I don't think she called that one.
Well, we were told
laughing
yesterday about a three-pointer she hit falling out of bounds on a runner.
On a runner in their previous game in the double overtime.
When she had the 24 against the Foxes. Coriel Yard, they've nursed her back to health after suffering a left ankle injury in the next to last regular season game. They sat her out in the season finale. Didn't mean anything against Loyola. She played well yesterday with a double-double in the win against St. Peter's.
Nice backdoor cut.
Blocked there by Gang. Marist has increased their defensive presence on the baseline. It was waning in the early part of the season.
And they're tough inside with the length and the height of Gang, Bainan, and even with Doolin.
Taken back in by the Foxes. Doolin has had to move from a 2-guard to the point guard. A lot of pressure put on her, and she responded for Brian Georges.
I think an amazing story that she played very little last year and certainly didn't play at the point guard position. Comes in and fills in and does an unbelievable job when Christina Best goes down with an ACL tear.
Marist empty in their first 4 shot opportunities. Allie Morris, a native of Parkersburg, West Virginia, for Gatto. Another block. Now Morris. And she tracks it down. Allie Morris is a gym rat. She's all over the floor. You can tell she's one of those ladies that spends extra time in the gym.
Oh, Gang got away with a foul there.
Doolin looking things over. She brings her team to the forecourt. Doolin's got a pretty good eye right there. Another rebound for Gatto. Gatto averaged 5.6 to lead the team this year in the regular season. Still no score. 2:40 off the game clock here. I should say Niagara with a 2-0 lead. No score for Marist.
I think Coach Georges would like to see a little more patience out of his Marist team.
Chanel Johnson has it.
You know, and that double overtime may be weighing on them. It looks early on like they're trying to go for the knockout punch in the first 2 minutes.
Chanel Johnson puts their 4th point up on the board. We saw Marist get into a long game against Manhattan. That's the game they lost when they tried to shoot 32 threes in that ball game. Ended up only scoring 44 points. Akuden whipping too hard for Gang. Gang with a valiant effort right there. Ball back to the Purple Eagles. Fresh off a win against Loyola yesterday, 77-63 in the quarterfinals. They've won 3 in a row. Neutral site games this year. They're 1-2. Little flare over to Stroman. The ball will be in her hands probably 80% of the time today. Morris lost the handle. On the run out, it's Akuden leading for Bainan, filling and scoring.
That's one thing Marist does very, very well, scoring in transition.
Good year this year for Kelsey Bainan. She was basically on the shelf, on the bench the first 2 years because they had great players ahead of her. Really turning it up a notch here in her junior year. Doolin waving traffic, leading for Bainan again. Lost the grip. Here's Strowman. Johnson wide open again. And Doolin on the weak side for the Carol. Pushing for yard. That's her natural left hand.
Just pressing a little too hard here, I think.
She comes away with a look of disbelief on her face.
She missed that left-handed layup. We see Georges applauding on the sidelines. I think he recognizes that they're just pressing a little too much.
Elbow jumper missed and a foul. Norma Jones has that call as we go to break. 4:51 off the game clock here in the first half. Niagara +2 lead.
It's the playoffs. We haven't served a single calorie all season, and we're not serving one now. If you can't handle it, go sell foam fingers in the parking lot. How many calories are you carrying?
0!
How much Pepsi taste?
A lot!
Now get out there and make me proud.
Pepsi Max, 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
The Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference has provided thrills and excitement to college basketball fans for over 30 years. Now you can get an inside look at the league schools and its student athletes by visiting the MAAC Experience at the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts. Check out the MAAC's rich history and be sure to take in the featured video, A Day in the Life of a MAAC Student Athlete. Don't miss the MAAC Experience at the Basketball Hall of Fame. For more information, visit hoophall.com.
Anaconda Sports, your sports authority, proudly supporting local high school athletes throughout the region. We want to thank all the teams and coaches that have made Anaconda the #1 dealer in the Northeast. Football, baseball, basketball, soccer, whatever your sport, Anaconda has what you're looking for. From the latest gear and team uniforms to logo shirts and hats for your company. Make Anaconda your connection.
Hey, if you want to go for sports equipment, go to Anaconda Sports. It's awesome, baby.
The Pepsi Max National MAAC Game of the Week is brought to you by Pepsi Max. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. Blue Rock Energy. Blue Rock Energy saves you money on electricity and natural gas. Blue Rock Energy, putting people in power. The American Red Cross, encouraging you to do something that means something. Anaconda Sports, home of the Rock, is proud to sponsor the MAAC. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. See how much you could save when you visit geico.com.
Back here, second semifinal of the day, the MAAC Basketball Championships, presented by Pepsi Max. Niagara 4 and Marist 2. Both teams struggling, shooting the rock. Marist 1 of 7 from the field, and Niagara just 2 of 8. Brandy Gang picked up the fouls. We headed to break. Gatto at the free throw line.
Both teams really tight early on, don't you think?
Yes. Like you said, Niagara's really playing with house money for this game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, just play, have fun.
But Marist has the experience factor.
They do, and that may be the determining factor late in this game. It's close.
Wrapped down by Doolin. She's a tough rebounder. Stripped of the ball.
But Marist also carries the expectations of all those years of advancing to the NCAA tournament, and that can also wear on you.
They turned it over 4 times here in the early going. Gatto high overhead with that shot. Good box out by Bainan. Gang, Yard, Bainan, Doolin, Ockenden on the floor. It's Bainan in traffic and a foul. Megan McGinnis had just gotten into the lineup.
Much better look here. This is the way I would like to have seen them start the game. Strong move inside there by Bainan.
Missed on the free throw. McQuaid had picked up the personal foul. And the ball back to Niagara. Niagara 13 and 18 overall. On the road this year, they went 6 and 9, but they won 5 conference games in 9 battles. And they are battle tested. Here's Strowman.
Good job by Ockenden there to put a hand in her face.
They played high school basketball together up in Syracuse at Christian Brothers Academy. Yep. Gang runner curled in. Foxes take their first lead at 6-5.
Yeah. You see the shot clock didn't start.
Game clock also was frozen.
Now they're both moving.
And they will go over and check it out. So the Foxes again didn't look like they had any fluidity in their offense in the beginning. They were settling for the long-range jumpers, and that was playing into the hands of that coach, Kendra Fawsted.
You see the clock stop. Looks like it's running here.
There you go. Frozen at the 14:20 mark. Now they'll have to go back to the play-by-play.
Yeah. That entire possession, the clock's not running.
And we haven't had a lot of stoppages in this tournament so far for the officials to look at it. The truck is telling us they're calculating about 16 seconds difference should have occurred. As you see over there, Mike Schmidt talking with Norma Jones, trying to straighten this out. 14-14 is what it shows on the clock right now. And Marist in a lead of 6-5. And Brian Georges, who has led this program over the last 10 years and coaching in his 320th game today. MAAC regular season record of 153-27. That's a winning mark of 85%. Justly awarded the MAAC Coach of the Year honor here on Thursday night. They've added 4 seconds to the game clock here at the 14:18 mark. But now they've gone over to revisit the situation.
We were thinking they'd add about 20 seconds to the shot, to the overhead clock.
Well, they're going to confer again. Niagara appearing in the semifinals. Got a young roster, 4 freshmen on the roster. The last time they made it to the MAAC championship game was way back in 1997 when they lost to St. Peter's up in Buffalo. It's just old hat for Marist. They've been to the MAAC title game 8 consecutive years, and they've won it 7 times. So 14-18 is what they start at, and we have that situation rectified. Val McQuaid, a freshman with some length. They've missed a few runners inside. Tie up. Arrow keeps it on the Niagara end. As Brian Georges barks out from the near sideline.
Read his lips, weak side help, of which there was none, which didn't make him very happy.
He is a disciple of defense. We'll pick off that time by Boehner.
We've said before, if you can't defend, you don't play much for Coach Georges.
Yard, Gang, Ockenden, Doolin, Boehner on the floor for Marist. Posting his gang.
And that's a tough matchup for McGinnis in the post.
Yeah, a handful of shirt as well. Yard misses on the 3. Boehner fighting there with Gatto. Picked up by Stroman. Stroman, 116 assists in regular season, but she did turn it over 91 times. McGinnis made the back all rookie team. Announced on Thursday.
Oh, nice block.
Yard comes away with it. There's with 3 blocks to the ball game. Ockenden on the change of pace. And the throwaway. Marist only averages 14 turnovers a ball game, but that hasn't been the case here in this one. They've turned it over 5 times already. Shadell Johnson checks back in. Gatto is out. Eagles now go with Stroman, McQuaid, Johnson, Shai Britton, and Megan McGinnis. McGinnis is a kid out of Jersey they highly recruited.
A nice up fake by Britton there. Very nice.
Put your team back out in front, 7-6.
Britton and Johnson, Coach Fawsted says, are their 2 most improved players this year.
First time on the floor for the Foxes, Christina Danella. She wears number 33.
And that, again, good defensive effort, but nice weak side help there by Stroman.
a yard walking back, fresh substitute. Natalie Gomez, a freshman product from Andover, Massachusetts. So obviously she's got some family here watching today. Checks in wearing number 3. And they are posting up automatically on her with Chanel Johnson. So a pair of threes going at it on the baseline.
That should be a mismatch there. Johnson with Gomez on her in the post.
Rimmed in. Once again, good look by Shy Britton, sophomore from Rochester, New York. Niagara with a +3 lead. Doolin to the cup. Picked off again by Britton. Niagara could score points. They had 87 in the meeting earlier this year against Siena. On the foul. Kendra Foster will be huddling with Debbie Ryan, our sideline reporter for this weekend, when we come back right after this.
Hey, what are you drinking?
Dunkin' Ice.
The biggest iced coffee I can get.
Iced coffee helps me keep up. I love iced coffee.
Drinking Dunkin'.
I'm drinking Dunkin'.
Drinking Dunkin'.
Dunkin'
iced coffee.
I run on Dunkin' Iced Coffee.
America runs on Dunkin' Coffee.
Everyone here at Iona College has a great spirit of enthusiasm as students start to see our facilities and speak to our faculty. They realize this college gives our students a great opportunity to learn more about themselves and go on to fantastic careers in whatever field they choose.
The first thing that strikes you when you arrive at campus is the beautiful buildings and grounds. But above all, Iona focuses on students and student success. And Iona is an institution that changes lives.
Hey, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Dunkin'.
Coffee. Black, straight up. Extra cream, 3 sugars.
French vanilla. Iced coffee for me. Iced coffee with a turbo shot.
I'm drinking Dunkin'.
I'm drinking Dunkin'.
I'm drinking Dunkin'.
Drinking Dunkin'.
America runs on Dunkin' Coffee.
We're back at the MAAC Women's Basketball Tournament, and I have Niagara coach Kendra here with me. And Kendra, tell us a little bit about your defense. You've done a great job of keeping the ball out of the paint for the most part, and the only thing you've had trouble with is the break. How are you going to get your players to understand that they have to get back?
Yeah, what we talked about in the last media is our post players have to sprint the floor. It doesn't matter who you're guarding, just match up, get back quicker, don't jog next to yours. Part of that is making sure that we're taking care of the basketball on the offensive end to stop some transition defense.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you all.
Thanks, Debbie. And Marist, what a series they've had over the last few years as you talk about 6 consecutive MAAC postseason titles, been to the NCAA tournament those 6 times, 7 out of the last 8 years. But I thought you touched on it a little bit, playing a little bit tight today.
A little tight to begin with, but I don't know when I've ever seen a team like this Marist team that has absorbed body blows like they have and continue to keep on ticking.
The MAAC now has apps for your iPhone, iPad, and Android. The MAAC delivers instant updates, including MAAC news, scores, standings, and videos straight to your mobile device. Visit MAACsports.com/mobile for more information. Along with Debbie Ryan and Micah Ryan, I'm Dean Darling. Shy Britton at the free throw line. Danelle had picked up a personal foul. And on the year, Shy made 68%. Last year, as a freshman, played in 27 games, averaged only 5 points a game. This year she's averaging 21 minutes a game. That really stepped up her game.
But this Marist team has been resilient. To lose your starting point guard and just to keep on ticking, to lose Coriel Yard and keep on ticking. A couple of games with an ankle injury. They lost Bangman for a few games.
Erica Allen-Spock, the player of the year, graduated from a year ago. Kate Oliver, 6'4" Aussie, transferred to the University of Southern California, so they've taken a couple hits in their armor. You mentioned about Christine Best. That's the biggest hit, obviously, 6 games into the season. She goes down with a knee injury.
Nice job of refusing the screen and taking the dribble drive to the basket. Again, help side's got to be there sooner. You've got to help and stop dribble drive outside the lane, not once they get to the basket.
Kelly Van Leeuwen, her first foul of the ball game. She's a Canadian from Brantford, Ontario. Yard makes her pay 11-7. The numbers on the board with Niagara in the lead. Van Leeuwen out there with a fellow freshman, McQuaid, with another freshman
Young
as well,
lineup,
McGinnis.
yes, young lineup. Stroman on the bench.
And a hold on Doolin. A look of disbelief. Marist has a large contingent of fans here, and you hear the Boo Birds in the background. Ryan Georges, he's ably assisted on that sideline by Megan Jebby in her 9th year, Aaron Ledger in her 7th year, Elisa Kresge, the former full-time assist maker, and was on the honor roll banquet last night, and Fifi Kamara, who was a great player back in her day for Marist.
I like the ball pressure we're seeing here from Marist.
In and out for Johnson. Johnson not afraid to shoot the rock to death.
And again, good job of running the floor by Marist.
It says Emma O'Connor in the lineup. She's been in over the last minute. She's calling for the ball. There's Bainan on the back cut for Ockenden. Whips it for O'Connor.
Oh boy, I think there is a lid on that basket. Maybe they tightened it up between games, because we saw some shots go down in the first game.
Marist is just 4 of 13, Michael, from the field.
And we've seen Marist take 4 or 5 shots that have gone down and then pop back out.
Here's Britton. Shot clock at 10 seconds. Niagara has a 4-point lead. Facing some danger on the shot clock situation. Got up in time by Johnson, and a lot of white shirts go and get that rebound. O'Connor on the pickoff. Here's Gomez to lead him out. Change the pace from the dribble, throws it to the waiting arms of McGinnis.
Good job of getting back in transition that time.
We thought the first game was going to be low scoring. This one has the earmark right now. Only 18 points have been scored.
But low scoring for different reasons.
Yeah. It's Britton missing. Picked up there by Kelsey Bader. Gomez, Bainan, O'Connor, Yard, and Ockenden on the floor. Yard led him in scoring this year. She's stripped to the ball by Johnson, retaken in by Ockenden. A lot of unselfish passes, and a foul on the floor. Van Leeuwen picks up her second personal foul. It'll be an inbound situation. Gang coming back in. Coriel Yard will exit with Bainan.
Well, Coach Georges told me yesterday that he thought this first group of this team probably ran their motion offense better than any group that he's ever had. But sometimes with motion offense, you get games like this, you get starts like this, because you really, there are no prescribed movements. It's all reads off the defender. He said sometimes he is the last person to know what's going to happen. So sometimes in motion offense, you get that.
That's Val McQuaid running it home from Pittsburgh, PA, a prize recruit. She was on a high school team that won a state championship just a year ago at this time. Marist is down by 6 on a whistle. And a hold being called against Niagara. That's number 1 on Megan McGinnis. Well, Marist has tasted a 30-game MAAC home unbeaten streak. You don't go into Poughkeepsie usually and come out a victor, but they're at a neutral site today. Could play a factor in this tournament. Doolin leaves it for Gang, who finishes. Brady Gang has 4 of Marist's 9. Morris out there with Gatto. Stroman back on the floor with McQuaid and Johnson. Johnson off the elbow. Gomez thought she had it, but it went off her boot out of bounds.
But a very good defensive stand that time by Marist. Good job of hedging the pick. Good job of coming over weak side. got to be happy with what he's seeing on the defensive end.
And not happy offensively with 8 turnovers. Strowman drills a 3. Just inside the NBA 3 arc.
And that's what she did in that double overtime game. She just couldn't miss.
Air ball there by Doolin. And the Foxes will keep it at the 8-minute mark. They are down by 7. They're going to get Yard back in quickly. They are thirsting for Coriel Yard to step up here in the half.
But again, sometimes in motion, you just get a little out of sync. Somebody doesn't scream when they normally do. Sometimes it just takes a while to get in rhythm in games of this magnitude and under this kind of pressure.
Off the inbound, Yard held to a single digit in this one so far. Akade, she had good numbers with double digits yesterday in the win against St. Peter's. And she scored 15 points, 6 of 10 from the field. Well, a lot on the shoulders today of Casey Doolin and company. And Doolin comes up with a big assist to get Brandon Gang free under the basket.
It's knowing that you will always compete against the best, while making you become the best that you can be. It's about joining a family with a storied history, where athletics and academics are held to the highest of standards. It's about creating the future leaders of tomorrow, all with a focus on one goal: graduation. It's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
I'm Sienna.
Hi, I'm Sienna.
I am Sienna. I am Sienna.
I am Sienna.
Sienna College offers an exceptional private education with a unique foundation of liberal arts, career preparation, and Franciscan values.
That's the worst half of football I've ever seen. Are you telling me we can't do this?
I got this, Coach.
You know, people said, Pepsi Max? You can't get maximum Pepsi taste with 0 calories.
Who said that?
But Pepsi Max didn't listen.
We just delivered it. So get out there and taste that sweet 0-calorie victory.
The little guy's right.
Pepsi Max, 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
Do you validate parking?
Back to the 2012 MAAC Women's Basketball Championships. We're in the semifinals. Niagara, the underdog, a 5 seed against the top dog. The Marist Red Foxes leading them 16-9. When you say top dog, it's a decade of dominance for the Red Foxes.
It's an amazing record there. 7 NCAA appearances.
In the last 8 years, they've won the postseason title 6 consecutive years. They won their 9th straight back outright title in the regular season with a 17-1 mark. Marist plagued by poor shooting and surplus of turnovers have really hurt their game. Probably need to get back inside with their presence.
I agree. They need to get the ball inside to Gang, Bainan, get some scores in the paint. I think they've relied entirely too much on the three-point shot.
Number 2 on Val McQuaid, 6 on the team. Another throw-in for Marist. Marist is a very good free throw shooting team, too, so Niagara has to be wary of that as checking back in is Shy Britton, number 22.
Niagara can ill afford to get into foul trouble. Not only does Marist have more depth than Niagara, that's one thing that's allowed them to dominate for the last decade is their overall depth over all these years. They can absorb the loss of a Christine Best and still keep on playing, keep on winning.
Georges has that rotation around 8-9 players. Christina Danella got in earlier. Gomez did as well. Haven't heard from Emily Stallings, who played yesterday in the quarterfinal win. Johnson, another elbow jumper. Shadell Johnson on the year averaged just under 5 a game.
And she could not do that last year. That just speaks volumes about how she's improved her game and the confidence that she has.
Here's Gang for 3. And it's 1 and done for the Foxes. Biggest lead of the ball game for the Eagles at 9. Yeah, she's shooting numbers now at 29% from the field.
Crafty move by Strowman.
But no finish.
No.
Last touch by the Eagles. Ball goes back to Marist.
I don't know how she got between there.
Yeah, she is very good off the dribble.
So good off the dribble.
From Syracuse, New York. 4th in the MAAC in assists this year. 2nd in steals. 5th in assist to turnover ratio. Wide open. Good look. Yard draws the double team in the dish.
And again, more attacking the basket, more pick and rolls. Pounding the ball in the post.
First 2 of the afternoon here for Casey Doolin. Foul up near the free throw line. Baden had a pretty good hold on Gatto.
It might be Gang's second foul.
So she has 2. With 6:16 remaining, they want to get Emily Stallings in a hurry for Gang. Stroman looking for Morris, short-armed it. On a bounce rebound at Stallings. Niagara has won their last 3 in a row. They got some belief in their system. They've got a lead on the champs by 7. With under 6 left here at the opening half.
And the Marist fans are restless.
And they can't hit an outside shot. Stroman takes some time off the clock. And keep in mind also Niagara's #1 in the league in 3-point field goal percent defense. They don't give you a lot of clean looks. Throwaway though. Doolin to lead out now for Yard. Tried to drop it for Bainan. Active hands played by Morris and company.
All the reasons why you don't leave your feet and throw a pass like that. Rare fundamental mistake by Yard.
Entry, dislodged. Two teams are just giving it back to each other. Long baseball pass there for Yard.
And they can ill afford to turn the ball over.
Doolin got nudged by Britton with a block foul.
Coach Boston alluded to that in the under 12 interview. They can't turn the ball over and not expect to pay on the other end.
First one on Shy Britton, Casey Doolin from Milford, Connecticut. She had a season-high, career-high yesterday in the win against St. Peter's when she nailed 20 points here at the Mass Mutual Center. MAAC fans, the MAAC is on Facebook. Make sure to like the MAAC today. Janelle Johnson is out. Doolin for the second opportunity. And Marist contingent here in attendance. They do have the best band in the land, and that band section also is a cheerleading squad.
Well, there are more students in that band than there are in the school where I coach, Princeton Day School. It's the biggest pep band I've ever seen.
I know that is subject to argument, but the Marist band has won many awards. Here is Morris from the corner. Good seal out by Stallings, but Yard gives it back.
Just a great job there by McGinnis to tip that ball. She brought it down to her waist and made herself 3'7".
Ryan George is getting after the official from the far sideline.
Well, I thought that was pretty clean. I don't think that she got fouled there.
Stroman with 7 points. Turnovers ugly for Marist. They're in double digits now with 10. But they do continue to attack, and as they attack, the fouls are mounting on Niagara.
Already 18 fouls, and they're a great free throw shooting team, so to their advantage to go to the foul line.
Second one on Megan McGinnis. Bainan had a really nice year. 6'2", junior, Burlington, Vermont. Normally shoots 56% in her career on free throws, but she had a sweet stroke there. The MAAC Player of the Week back the week of February the 20th. Her dad played hoop at Vermont. Her mom played at Assumption. Basketball genes in that family. Dan Lewin for Gatto. Quick shot by the offense. Bainan on the up fake, attacking to the baseline.
Great help by Morris.
Shy Britton may have picked up her second foul.
I think she got her on the arm.
3:54. We head to break. We'll come back with a couple free throw tosses by the Foxes, but they are down by 5 here in the first half.
The MAAC Women's Sixth Player of the Year, Brittany McCoy, Fairfield. A unicorn from Alabama, Ontario, she played 30 games for Fairfield, averaging 25 points per contest. Coming off the bench in the stats, McCoy averaged 5.4 points per game and 5.3 rebounds. She scored a career high 18 points and ranked 9 rebounds in a home win against Niagara. The MAAC Women's Sixth Player of the Year, from Fairfield, Brittany McCoy.
Niagara is led by as many as 9 in this semifinal game here in Massachusetts. Right now it's at 5. Marist will be at the free throw line. We return to action. The road to the championship continues. Don't miss the 2012 NCAA Division I women's basketball first and second rounds, March 17th and 19th. They're hosted by Fairfield University at the Webster Bank Arena in Bridgeport, Connecticut. For more information, visit ncaa.com/tickets. Last year we were in Bridgeport for the MAAC championships. Now starting the first of 3 years here at the Mass Mutual Center in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Great facility here. Really nice arena.
Sure is. Dana, a perfect 3 for 3 at the free throw line.
And they're shooting 27% from the floor, Marist. And this is one way to get back in. Attack the basket, get fouled, go to the free throw line.
Shooting 78% at the free throw line, 7 to 9. That's keeping them in it in the first half. One possession lead here for the Niagara Purple Eagles, the number 5 seed. Jasmine Frost came in on that last timeout. She wears 21 for the Eagles. Stroman will pull it out and set it up under 10 on the shot clock. Crossover gets by her former teammate Akadin. Oh, and some excellent play right there between Bainan and Stroman. Marist will get it back on the arrow.
Good move to the basket, but she's going to pull up and shoot a jump shot there. I mean, just to throw an underhanded shot like that, hoping that she'll get fouled. Most referees aren't going to call a foul on that kind of shot.
There's the number 1 scoring machine in the MAAC this year, 64.4 a game, but they've been held to 17 here, and nearly through 17 minutes of this one. And they're still 0 for on threes in the ballgame, 0 for 8. Foxes have gone on an 8-2 run to get it within 3, Niagara possession.
And they've done that by attacking the basket and getting fouled, not shooting three-point shots.
Bears won both games in the regular season. Allie Morris, quiet game. She's pinned on the baseline. Shot clock at 4. Stroman got it up in time. And Doolin and Frost engaged. Doolin on the foul. That's key for her as well. That's her second foul. Gang hasn't been in a dog's age because of 2 personal fouls. And now starting point guard has 2. Coming up here at halftime, we'll have our first half analysis, MAAC award winners, and a bracket breakdown. Stay tuned for that. Near theft by Bainan, but she collided with Frost, and Frost picks up the foul. That's going to be 10.
Free throw line, yep. Double bonus. We haven't seen Daniela back in this game either, and I think she could help them offensively. I mean, she can score a lot of points, but as we said earlier, if you don't defend, you don't play for Coach Georges, and I think she had a couple of defensive lapses early on, and he hasn't given her another chance in this half.
Well, this young lady had to grow up within the system and learn about defense. You know, these players come out of high school, they're all-time leading scorers. It's all about shooting the rock, scoring the rock. But when you get to Poughkeepsie, that man's going to teach you defense. First time in the ball game for Jessica Flem. Bainan has had quite the game at the free throw line. 6 points in a row, all from the free throw line for Kelsey Bainan. Marist within 1. This is Flam. Sometimes you get a player fresh into the ball game. You want them to work up a lather a little bit.
I know from coaching that you don't like to see that. The player comes off the bench cold, and the first thing they do is shoot the rock.
Bainan sliced inside. Gatto has great presence underneath the rim. She's a big, strong young lady from Mayfield, Ohio. A 1-point game favoring the Purple Eagles. Under 2 left here in the opening half. Good defensive feed played by Stallings. Another pickoff, Akadin. A strong defensive player for Brian George's group. So there it's just begging for somebody to hit a long-range shot in this one. Another pickoff. Fox is an amazing 11 turnovers in the first half when they normally average 14. Timeout from the Niagara bench with 1:24 left. Kendra Faustin will take a short one right here to talk to her team. As you see Kendra Faustin working that huddle. She seems very reserved and keeping her team cool, calm, and collected. Be sure to register at the Basketball Hall of Fame tomorrow, 11 a.m. to participate in the MAAC Bounce to the Arena, sponsored by Xfinity. The bounce starts at 12:30 p.m. where participants receive a basketball. Then they bounce it along the play-out route to the Mass Mutual Center where we're housed today. Participants also receive free admission to the men's semifinal games of the MAAC Championships. For more information, log on to Massachusetts.com.
You're right about Kendra. There's a serenity about her that when she first came in the league was nowhere in sight. She was always up and down on the sideline, but I don't know if it's maturity, marriage, child. I'm not sure what it is, but she's got it all. And I talked to her yesterday. She's very calm, very relaxed, very positive.
Here's McVay giving up 2 on the shot clock. Johnson does beat the shot clock and finds net. Chanel Johnson, a big make as Marist closed within 1. It's a 3-point lead here in the final 50 seconds of the half. 6 points on the board for Chanel Johnson.
The coaches love it when you come out of a 30-second timeout and you execute.
Yard goes yard. Marist's first 3 going down after 9 tries.
And that brings the crowd to its feet.
Ties it at 22. Kendra Faustin, as you look across, got the thumb up in the air. It's a play call.
Marist should still get one more look at the basket before this half ends.
8-second differential. Strobin to the cup, blocked by Gomez. Picked up against Strobin. Under 10 left, dug out by Bainan. 5 seconds, Yard realizing the time situation, draws a double team.
The double.
And Akadin couldn't get it off. Shot clock violation at the end of the half as well. As the Foxes got down by 9 in this one, come back to tie it late at 22. Brian Georges have to come up with an inspired speech for his team. The top dog of the conference being challenged by the number 5 seed. The Niagara Purple Eagles. At halftime, our score, Marist 22, Niagara 22. We'll be back with the MAAC halftime report right after this. halftime. We're back here at the Mass Mutual Center, housing the 2012 MAAC Women's Basketball Championship. Just the way we started, we're tied. 22-22, Niagara and Marist. Good half for Niagara. They really shut down the Foxes offensively. But you have to look, the Foxes did come back from a 9-point deficit to tie it.
They did, but not the game we expected. Low scoring, very poor shooting game, and we expected just the opposite. Some three-point shooting, fireworks, and we just didn't get it.
All right, Michael, let's go inside the play and see what you've cooked up for us.
This is what I'd like to see more of from the Marist Foxes. We'll see a little pick-and-roll action here with Gang and Doolin. And as she reverses dribble, Johnson steps up to help, dumps the ball into Gang. And I'd like to see more of that rather than the three-point shooting that we've seen mostly in the first half.
Yeah, Marist took a total of 9 3-pointers. They hit their last one. Big drought, 0 for 8 early. Both teams really struggling shooting the rock at 28% overall.
They are, and that happens in semifinal games of conference tournaments. The pressure changes everything, and the team that defends and rebounds is going to win this game.
Let's take a look now at our MAAC honor roll here at halftime. As once again, they were honored last night. Hubie Brown, Niagara University, 51 through 55. The 2005 Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame inductee. And Eva Cunningham, what a player she was for the Purple Eagles back 2001 through 05, scoring 1,753 career points. #1 all-time in Purple Eagle history. 44 points scored in the first half. It's equally divided at the break.
It's the playoffs. We haven't served a single calorie all season, and we're not serving one now. If you can't handle it, go sell foam fingers in the parking lot. How many calories are you carrying? 0! How much Pepsi taste? A lot! Now get out there and make me proud.
Pepsi Max, 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
I am very much a mama's boy. I love her to death. And it was just, I mean, it's going to be hard. I know I'm going to miss home a little bit. My last goal has always been to be a surgeon. I found out that Niagara has a great science department, so I was like, hey, I like this. I went a school that's a little bit more hands-on experience, one-on-one with the teachers, because I think you learn better that way. I do want to do research, especially on cancer. My mom had it, so, I mean, it's just something I'm definitely very passionate about. I only applied at Niagara because I knew this was the place I needed to go.
When every moment matters and a hand reaches out, when someone gives blood and a life is saved, that moment when heartbreak turns to hope, you're there through the American Red Cross. Every day, the Red Cross responds to nearly 200 neighborhood emergencies, and your support makes it possible. Use this moment to join us today. Visit redcross.org.
Your dream college should have it all, promising not just a degree, but an inspired direction for life's journey. An intimate college with a global alumni network, a residential campus experience, a subway ride from the capital of culture and opportunity, where you can pursue your dreams and change the world. Manhattan College has been delivering on this dream for over 150 years. Go to manhattan.edu and discover what a LaSallian Catholic college education can promise your future. Manhattan College, dreams delivered.
Tied up at halftime between Niagara and Marist at 22 apiece, and the MAAC announced several postseason women's basketball awards this week. Let's take a look at some of the 2012 award winners.
The MAAC Women's Rookie of the Year. D'Amica Martinez, Iona. This 5'7" guard from Meriden, Connecticut is a 4-time MAAC Rookie of the Week selection. As a freshman, Martinez led the league in scoring.
MAAC award winners this week. We just reviewed them. You have to highlight, though, the last lady on the right, Brittany McFarland, the 6th player of the year. She's had a magnificent tournament so far.
She ended up starting the second half in the earlier game today and did a tremendous job for Fairfield. One of the reasons that they're going to be in the finals on Monday.
Yeah, earlier today they knocked off Siena. They await the winner of this game between Marist and Niagara. And we're deadlocked at 22 after 20 minutes of action.
College isn't something to do just because you think you should.
It's a journey of discovery. A balance of learning, doing, and practicing, inspired by strong values. College is your chance to translate ambition into opportunity. Begin your journey of discovery. St. Peter's College, spc.edu. Spring Open House Saturday, April 21st at 10 a.m.
The New Era Buffalo flagship store features exclusive, limited edition product that can't be found anywhere else. Choose from hundreds of cap styles, including the iconic 5950 fitted, 3930 stretch fit, and the newest 950 snapback. Add to the mix New Era apparel, and you have way more than a store that just sells caps. You have a destination for a complete look. Stop by and visit us at 160 Delaware Avenue for your Sabres gear and more. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. until 6 p.m.
Canisius College is committed to academic and athletic excellence. The Jesuit tradition prepares students for a lifetime of service. From the classroom to hands-on experience, Canisius students are ready to succeed. Canisius College, where leaders are made.
Welcome to the edge. For the glory of the Division I MAAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. March 1st through the 5th at Mass Mutual Center in Springfield. Action guaranteed to have you on the edge of your seat.
All the way with a slam dunk.
The way to the NCAA. The MAAC Championship. March 1st through the 5th at Mass Mutual Center. Grab your tickets at Ticketmaster.com, MAACachusets.com, or at the Mass Mutual Center box office.
And we're back here at the Mass Mutual Center, Springfield, Massachusetts. Niagara and Marist tied up 22-22 in the 1-5 game. Marist the number 1 seed as we started here today. Look at our bracket update. Fairfield has advanced. They won earlier today against Siena, 63-48, with a big second half to knock off the Saints, and they await the winner of this game between Marist and Niagara. That championship game goes Monday at noon on ESPNU. Last night, the MAAC conducted the 2012 Honor Roll class. Marist recipients were 07 graduate Elisa Kresge and 88 graduate Rick Smith. You may have heard of him, the 7'4" dunking Dutchman from Eindhoven, Holland. Kresge led the Red Foxes, by the way, to a Sweet 16 run back in 07. Currently, she's an assistant under Georges at Marist, and Smith was the number 2 overall pick in the 1988 NBA draft, and he holds 25 school records. Congratulations to Rick Smits and Elisa Kresge. We'll be back with video highlights right after this. Welcome back to the 2012 MAAC Women's Basketball Championship presented by Pepsi Max. Here at halftime, tied up at 22-22, Niagara and Marist. They're getting ready to throw it in for the second half, but we have to talk about Kayla Stroman of Niagara. Leading scorer for them with 7 points and a couple thefts as well. She played big.
She played really big, and she's the engine that drives the Niagara team. We're going to take a look at her here and her ability to shoot the NBA three. She is forever opportunistic. A little tip there. She picks it up and puts it back in. And here's some examples of the versatility of this Marist team. They're terrific defensively. They run the floor. They look for each other. Nice reversal there by Doolin to find Gang.
And we look at our first half stats brought to you by Geico. The number that really stands out for Marist, obviously the 1 of 9 3-point shooting, but the 12 turnovers really hurt their cause. They ended the half on a 9-2 run to get it tied up at 22-22. Blue Rock Energy one-on-one update. You see for Stroman and company, 7 points, 3-8 from the field. Just turned it over one time. Quiet game for Coriel Yard.
Tough day for her, and I wonder maybe if that ankle injury playing back-to-back might be affecting her, but a very off shooting day for Coriel Yard.
She went down with an ankle injury in the next to last regular season game against Iona. The game you and I did on ESPN 3, and they sat her out the next day in the regular season. And then brought her back yesterday where she had 12 and 12 in the win against St. Peter's. And Niagara goes right down low early.
Just a tough shot by Gatto. I mean, just the determination that you saw there from her over 2 Marist Foxes.
And her first made field goal. The ball game breaks the tie. It's 24-22. Niagara, here's Doolin. There's been short on a lot of their outside shots. Gang cleans up. Gang didn't get a lot of playing time in that first half because of 2 personal fouls. She only played 10 minutes.
It is encouraging that they're still tied, and she sat out most of the first half.
On the elbow, Gatto rattles around. Nice rebound in traffic there by Britton. Knocked out by Gang.
So quick off her feet, Britton.
Quick jumper. Very athletic. Niagara's athletic. You look at Stroman. You look at Britton.
I can't figure these rims out. I don't know how that one went in. We saw some in the first half to go all the way down the net and come back out.
I'll tell you who's figured it out. It's Shy Britton. She's got 8 points. There's Bainan starting in the second half with Yard, Ockaden, and Doolin. And the Foxes turn it over for the 13th time in a ball game.
And that's one thing that Niagara has done well in the first half and continue to do is great weak side help.
And the finish by Shy Britton again. Shy Britton with 10 points, and now Niagara in points off turnovers has outscored Marist 17-6.
But they're doing a great job of collapsing in the lane, getting off weak side, anticipating that pass.
Gang short-armed it as well. Just not enough arc on those shots. And a foul. Ockaden was trying to tie up Gatto from behind. And Leanne has that foul.
And a silly foul. You just don't do that. She has possession of the ball, sprint back, get in position to play defense.
Kendra Foston in her 5th year, 153rd game as head coach today. She's learned on the job, and she's got this program resurrected with a 9-9 MAAC record this year. Gatto backed over that time and knocks down the J on Gang.
The only one I see on the Marist side that looks like they have a fire in their belly right now is Coach Georges.
And another lob pass thrown to nobody on the baseline. And a timeout from the Marist bench. At the 17:49 mark, Niagara's come on an 8-2 run to go up by 6 here in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Hey, what are you drinking?
Dunkin' Iced.
The biggest iced coffee I can get.
Iced coffee helps me keep up.
I love iced coffee.
Drinking Dunkin'.
I'm drinking Dunkin'.
Drinking Dunkin'.
Dunkin' iced coffee.
I run on Dunkin' iced coffee.
America runs on Dunkin' coffee.
It's the playoffs. We haven't served a single calorie all season, and we're not serving one now. If you can't handle it, go sell foam fingers in the parking lot. How many calories are you carrying? 0! How much Pepsi tastes? Now get out there and make me proud.
Pepsi Max, 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
Hey, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Dunkin'. Coffee. Black, straight up.
Extra cream, 3 sugars.
French vanilla. Iced coffee for me.
Iced coffee with a turbo shot.
I'm drinking Dunkin'.
I'm drinking Dunkin'.
I'm drinking Dunkin'.
Drinking Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin' coffee.
Big start to the second half for the Purple Eagles of Niagara as they come out on an 8-2 run to go up 30-24. Foxes can't buy a bucket. They've turned it over several times in this ball game. MAAC fans, the MAAC Outdoor Track and Field Championships return to Rider University May 5th through the 6th. Purchase your tickets today on MAAC.ticketleap.com. Along with Mike Ryan, I'm Dean Darling. Debbie Ryan's been working our sideline throughout the day. We're at the 17:49 mark. Good timeout called by Brian Georges there. He's got to get this program and this game resurrected for the Foxes.
He needed that timeout. In as many Marist games as I've seen, I don't know that I've ever seen them rattled. And to me, they look extremely rattled at this time.
Big possession here for Niagara. They could go up by 8 if they score in this possession. Marist trying to tie him up. And there's 11 seconds remaining on the shot clock. And you go back to that double overtime win by Marist on February 19th. They won it 79-77. And Kayla Stroman in that ball game played 43 minutes. 5 on the shot clock. Stroman bailed out by Doolin.
That may be her third foul.
And it is.
Looks like it is Doolin, yes.
A look at disbelief from Casey Doolin.
But just not playing with her feet. She just reached in and she grabbed, and Marist can win this game with defense and rebounding.
Off the inbound, it's Johnson. And is that on Doolin? And Doolin hold her right foot. The officials are going to confer. And we'll see who they signal. It is on Doolin. That's her fourth.
And it looks like she may have tweaked that right ankle.
Oh, last foul was on Akinen. We changed that, so it's 3 on
Okay.
Doolin. Thank you to Andy Alonji for pointing that out to us. So Brian Georges is questioning John Orminski. And the Bluebirds are out here from the Marist contingent. At the line will be Chanel Johnson. Fans use the hashtag MAACHoops when tweeting about your MAAC basketball team. Hashtag MAACHoops is the best way to get all the information on basketball happenings around the league. 2 makes there by Chanel Johnson.
But Marist is playing as if they think they're going to win this game by outscoring Niagara, and they've got to get back to basics, defending and rebounding.
Johnson has 8 points. Was down by 8. That was winning 9 in that first half. Finished it out on a 13-4 run to draw even at halftime. Yard, very quiet game for her. Doolin playing with the 3 fouls. Turns the corner. Saved by Akinen. Fresh shot clock for the Foxes. Foxes entered this tournament having won 8 in a row after yesterday's win in the quarters against St. Peter's. Danon moving left.
That's just a tough shot. Great defensive stand there by Niagara.
You can tell Doolin's hobbling a little bit defensively. Marist as you look from our perch. There's Britton looking inside for Gatto. Instead, she'll pop a J. Picked up there by Yard. Star player for the Foxes, Coriel Yard, and the player of the year The interconference held to just 4 points and 3 rebounds in this one, but then Marist goes that time to Doolin.
Ankle looked okay on that drive.
She can penetrate with the ball. Good upper body strength.
She does, and she's deceptively quick.
Came the point guard in the 7th game of the year. Jumper rattles in there for Gatto.
And Gatto came out with a renewed energy in the second half. Pretty quiet in the first half.
Sat out last year, transfer residence for rule after she came in from Chicago, Illinois. And a reach that time on Stroman. Stroman realizes that's a no-no. 4:30 into the second half. Foxes are down to the Niagara Purple Eagles by 8.
The New Era Buffalo flagship store features exclusive, limited edition product that can't be found anywhere else. Choose from hundreds of cap styles, including the iconic 5950 fitted, 3930 stretch fit, and the newest 950 snapback. Add to the mix New Era apparel, and you have way more than a store that just sells caps. You have a destination for a complete look. Stop by and visit us at 160 Delaware Avenue for your Sabres gear and more. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. until 6 p.m.
The Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference has provided thrills and excitement to college basketball fans for over 30 years. Now you can get an inside look at the league schools and its student athletes by visiting the MAAC Experience at the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts. Check out the MAAC's rich history and be sure to take in the featured video, A Day in the Life of a MAAC Student Athlete. Don't miss the MAAC Experience at the Basketball Hall of Fame. For more information, visit hoophall.com.
Number 5 seeded Niagara Purple Eagles 34. The 1 seed Marist 26 as they've come out on a 12-4 run to open up the second half. The Eagles have. MAAC fans, Springfield is closer than what you think here at the Mass Mutual Center. Only about 90 minutes from Albany, a couple hours from New York City, 2.5 hours from Poughkeepsie. You can still get your tickets and come and watch some great basketball. All you have to do is go to Ticketmaster.com. 4 men's quarterfinal games coming up after this. A couple semifinal games tomorrow for the men, and then the championship game for the men and the women here at the Mass Mutual Center on Monday.
Boy, tough job by Gatto there to grab that rebound amongst 4 white shirts.
Gatto's got it at the top, joined by Johnson, Strom, and McQuaid back in the lineup with Allie Morris. Gatto likes that shot from there.
Oh, boy. She is hot in this second half.
4 of 8 from the field. She's got 9 points. The lead swells to 10. Biggest lead of the ball game. They're just begging their seniors to step up here. And Yard misses again. She's 1 of 6 from the field.
Niagara's done a great job of one and done.
Johnson drains the jumper. Chanel Johnson with 10 points. So Niagara getting good distribution in the scoring column to go up by a dozen. Akutin, Doolin, Bainan, Yard, and it's Bainan on the cutback. And a foul is called. Niagara was getting into some foul problems in that first half. They begged off here in the second half. Allie Morris in her second. Allie Morris very aggressive. She's fouled out of 7 games this year.
She is an energizer bunny out there. She brings a lot of energy to this team.
Bainan scored 6 points at the free throw line in the first half. 6 of 7 makes that one there. Stallings is back in. Out goes Gang.
Got to find somebody that can put a hand up and stop Gatto.
Gatto has some physical presence out there, too. Now she's stepping out, hitting 16-footers from straight on. Gatto Strobin out there with McGinnis and McQuaid. And Chanel Johnson. Entry to Gatto over Stallings.
Good move to get her back inside against Stallings because she has an advantage there. On the perimeter, she has the advantage over Gang. Great recognition there by Niagara.
Gatto with 10 second half points after being held to a single digit in that first half. Guard trying to break down off the dribble on Johnson. Just can't make the move. Doolin will. How many times has Doolin rolled in and out today? Ockenden out of motion on three. Finally gets a good look. Stroman for the rebound. Yeah, Stroman doesn't get enough credit. She's a very good rebounder, too.
She is. There are great rebounding guards in this league, and she's one of them. And again, another one of those John Havlicek guards in the league. She plays a lot of minutes.
Stallings goes down to the heap. Back down that time by Gatto. Offensive foul against Gatto. So 3 on the team. Marist gets the ball. They're a second shy of the 13-minute mark. And Marist down by 13 points. If you're Brian Georges, what do you do here? I mean, you're searching for answers.
Well, I think he's doing one thing, and that's trying to bring some people off the bench that might bring some energy and life into this team.
Niagara will be their first finals appearance since 1997. Marist has been to the finals 9 consecutive times. I think Bainham was shaken up on the play.
She caught an elbow right in the face. She could be hurt. Not intentional. She just rolled off that pick.
Good work by the officials to make sure she was okay. Shot clock at 17 seconds. Dillon got it down for O'Connor. They've missed so many opportunities under the basket.
So many easy chippy shots. And a good look there. Great pass. Good shot by O'Connor.
Stroman started today. 625 career points. He's been a playmaker as well as a scorer in this ball game. Britton has had a very good game. Working that time on O'Connor. Near theft by Bainham. Shot clock rolls at 4 seconds. Stroman could not handle. So the violation on the shot clock gives the ball back to Marist. With 12:09 left here in the second half. Amber Foster talking to her team from the sideline. Natalie Gomez coming in.
I think he's just searching for a combination that'll click on offense. We talked about their motion offense earlier in this game. And their timing is just not quite right. They're just a little late. They're a little off on their screens. A lot of credit has to go to Niagara, though.
There's Bainham on the back cut. Doolin on the delivery.
And that's one of their most effective weapons is that back cut. And we've finally seen that a couple of times in the second half.
And a real strong pass from outside by Casey Doolin.
Such a hard cut to defend.
Brian George is now talking to his team. He said, look at 11:55 mark. We're down by 11. And we can capitalize on plays like that if we execute.
This game is a long way from being over, but I don't see any panic in Niagara. They're just playing. They're not panicking. They're just executing. They're playing hard on defense.
The MAAC Golf Championships head to Lake Buena Vista, Florida to compete on the Magnolia Golf Course, April 27th to the 29th. Check out highlights of golf action on ESPN3 following each day of competition.
Loyola made a run at them yesterday, and Niagara never changed their tempo, their rhythm. They just continue to play and execute.
And a walk called there on McQuaid. 11:49 left here in the second half. Niagara has put it out to an 11-point spread.
It's the playoffs. We haven't served a single calorie all season, and we're not serving one now. If you can't handle it, go sell foam fingers in the parking lot. How many calories are you carrying? 0! How much Pepsi tastes? A lot! Now get out there and make me proud.
Pepsi Max, 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
You can't predict the future, but with the right education, you can be prepared. When you evolve as a person, develop mind, body, and spirit, adopt new perspectives, and adapt to your surroundings, strong truths will follow. Truths that will guide you for the rest of your life. Loyola University, Maryland. Strong truths, well lived.
When every moment matters and a hand reaches out. When someone gives blood and a life is saved. That moment when heartbreak turns to hope. You're there through the American Red Cross. Every day, the Red Cross responds to nearly 200 neighborhood emergencies. And your support makes it possible. Use this moment to join us today. Visit redcross.org.
Welcome back to the 2012 MAAC Women's Basketball Tournament. And I have with me Brian Georges from Marist. Brian, defense and rebounding win championships. I know that's what you're talking to your team about right now. How do you turn this around?
Well, we've got to do a better job on the interior with our defense. We've let their post. We've let Gatto do anything she wants inside. And, we came out flat. We haven't shot the ball well today, and this is where we need our defense to step up. It did in the first half, but it hasn't in the second half, and we've got to turn it around or it's going to be a long day.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thanks, Deb. Thanks, Brian Georges. 11:48 mark. His team is down by 11. And it's been all Niagara here in the second half, outscoring Marist 18-7.
A lot of it's been Gatto, who didn't start this game, but who's given them a tremendous lift off the bench.
And again, the Foxes have been plagued by turnover after turnover. At last report, they had 14 turnovers. They had 12 in that first half. Gomez, Bainan, gang out there along with Doolin and Yard. Penetration by Doolin. And the foul. Norma Jones has that call. Out against Gatto. That's number 2 on Lauren Gatto. And for the team, that is their 4th. And Luden had gotten in for just a brief time. Now she's out. There's the catch situation, gang.
Good tip there by Stroman.
The Bears in their 15th misplay of the ball game.
So uncharacteristic to not take care of the ball.
Niagara will line up with Morris, Britton, Gatto, Stroman, and McGinnis. Yard trying to stay with Stroman on the far side. Now Stroman frees up in a matchup against Doolin.
Oh, nice look, nice spot up.
A good rebound there by Gang.
That could have been a dagger there. Good execution.
Took a lot off the shot clock. Bainan attacking from the left. Gatto may have gotten her 3rd foul.
Good look here by Bainan to attack the basket. Morris gets over, but still gets a foul there on Gatto.
If you take away Bainan's 8 points at the free throw line, they're in a heap of trouble.
They are in a heap of trouble, and she's the only one in this game that's played with some energy and enthusiasm, a little bounce in her step.
And what's amazing, again, Bainan shoots 56% on the season. They have a Burlington, Vermont. She has made all but one today. And her team down by 9. Ockenden on the overplay, saves.
that's how they're going to get back in this game.
They're shooting at the basket directly in front of the student section and the band section, and they are making some noise right now, trying to inspire.
Got a real mismatch here with Stroman on Gang, but they don't see it.
Yard missed it, kept it alive, puts back a jumper, draws another foul. Yard just showed how quick a jumper she is right there on the second rebound. Coriel Yard to the free throw line, and now 3 fouls on Allie Morris. Marist at the free throw line has made 12 of 15 in this one, but most of the damage done by Bain, who's made 9 of 10. And Yard just scored her 5th point of the ball game. 40-32. Foxes are chipping away a little bit. Niagara picking up some fouls. They got 16 fouls right now. Marist has 3 to give with only 3 on the board. A discard down low between Bainan and Britton, and Kelsey Bainan on the call. That's her first foul of the day.
You know Marist is going to make a run here, and you know they're going to come back. And it's going to be interesting to see how Niagara handles this.
Still so much time left in this one.
A lot of time.
McQuaid bullies her way to the basket. Bainan digs it out.
Again, another example of how they're going to get back in this game. It's their 3rd defensive stand.
Yard using a screen by Bainan. Ockenden hit a long-range 3. Too late, though, at halftime. I would have put him ahead if they waved it off. It's Gang on a step out. Bainan. Double team coverage. Ball reversal now for Gomez. Crossover. Now Gang has got a straight look. Ockenden tracks it. New possession. Here's Gang. Several opportunities go awry.
Good work there on the offensive boards, but that basket still got a lid on it for Marist.
Marist has hit 1 3-pointer in 13 attempts in this one. We're under 9 left in the second half. Morris driving with Gomez holding on. And the Foxes now have 5 fouls up on the board.
Just a little push there by Gomez. Good job attacking the basketball by Morris. You will see Danella for the first time here in the second half. Maybe she can give them a little lift on offense.
We're looking for some offense, as you mentioned. Here's Gatto from the baseline. Stellar second half. Gatto in the ball game has now a total of 13 points. 12 in the second half. Here's Bainan attacking baseline. Another rim out and another foul on Niagara.
And that has been their best offense in this game, is getting to the foul line.
With the clock turned off at the 8:28 mark. And Bainan, who has been there a total of 10 times and made 9.
7-19.
I like that offense, though. You figure most teams are going to shoot 50% from the free throw line. So if you score a point every possession, you go to the foul line, you're probably going to win.
Fans use the hashtag MAACHoops when tweeting about your MAAC basketball team. Hashtag MAACHoops is the best way to get all the information on basketball happenings around the league. She's actually scored double figures at the free throw line.
Yeah.
With 11 now.
Right, you take her out of this equation, and Marist is not looking good.
8-point lead for Niagara. Take as much off the shot clock, I would think, on every opportunity. Doolin goes into one of the side rows here. Good hustle. But she was on the end line when she touched it. They're really going to rely on Stroman here to just be a calming influence at the point guard position. McGinnis on the catch.
When we talk about her as if she's a veteran player, she's only a sophomore. She had to sit out last year, so age-wise she is technically a junior, but playing-wise, she's only a sophomore.
See that heavy knee brace. Lock it and they call the foul line. She's a good young lady who shows right there her discontent, but didn't say it to the official.
No, that looked like a pretty good block, and she's a great defender on the ball. She holds so many players below their average, but she's left-handed, which makes her a great defender in terms of contesting shots. And most players that she defends against are right-handed, so she contests with that left hand, and it looked like there she got all ball.
Jasmine Frost is in for Goddard, who leaves with 3 fouls. And Niagara at the free throw line's 5 for 7. We're going to get immediate timeout coming up on the next stoppage. We're at the 8:02 mark. The lead again at 9 for Niagara. Doolin Yard. Ockenden along with Danella and Bainan.
Nice slip screen there by Bainan.
And a good delivery by Yard. Fox is now within 7. Big uphill climb. The delivery to Johnson. Here's Stroman aiming it up. Bainan for the clear. Oh, and a player is down. Niagara with Chanel Johnson grasping at her right ankle. 7:23 left here in the second half. They'll attend to the injured Johnson when we return.
Now it's time for the lucky seed of the game, brought to you by the Springfield area. Our winner will receive a MAAC backpack. Today's winner is sitting in section 25, row E, seat 80. Congratulations, you won a MAAC backpack.
Seven minutes and 23 seconds left here in the second half of our second semifinal of the day. Niagara with a 7-point lead. And we get a look at the injury suffered by Chanel Johnson.
She just rolled that ankle over, and boy, does that hurt.
Took a leg from Casey Doolin of Marist.
But I think her ankle just gave way on her there, and boy, that really smarts. But she walked off on her own. She's getting taped on the bench. There we see her on the bench. And I think you would probably have to saw her foot off to keep her out of the rest of this game.
She's had a good ball game, double-digit score, few rebounds. She's telling that trainer, hurry up,
hurry up.
Taped up.
Yeah. She'll be back.
Ockenden, Doolin out there with Bainan, Danella, and Yard. Can Marist come back from a double-figure deficit? Bainan calls for Doolin to use the screen. She didn't see her on the pick and roll. Ockenden. And Ockenden still having a tough time from the outside.
And still, I don't see any panic in Niagara. They're just playing.
McGinnis partially rejected. Then the takeaway by Bainan. Boy, she's been their key player. Long lead. Nice hustle by Morris getting back. And it's off a yard.
And that's why you always hustle. You don't ever give up on a play. Great example there by Morris.
Turnover count, 16 for the Foxes, 13 for Niagara.
Oh, great steal by Doolin. She just jumped that ball handoff.
And the finish. Casey Doolin, third steal of the ball game, 8 points. Marist within 5. Timeout Niagara. That's a good timeout by Foston.
She's trying to get Johnson back in this game. She just jumped in between that dribble handoff. Great anticipation.
And Casey Doolin, who's not even supposed to be playing that position because the injury to Christine Best has come up big. When you talk to Brian Georges, he just smiles when he talks about Casey Doolin, start of the year. He doesn't think he's going to be playing dual at the 1 spot. She's been in double digits 14 times this year, 85 assists. Big playoff yesterday, 20 points in the win against St. Peter's when they beat the Peahens by 25 points. MAAC fans, make sure to head to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame to see the MAAC exhibit. The MAAC Experience displays all 10 MAAC institutions and highlights of their basketball performance over the years.
The other thing Doolin's done is she's allowed him to bring Gomez along slowly. If Doolin couldn't step up and do what she did, Gomez would be forced into playing the point guard position as a freshman, and it's allowed her to play and without a lot of pressure. It's just what she's done for this team, and I think she just drew a charge there has been tremendous.
She did. Stroman got out of control. That was an easy call for the official. At the 6-minute mark, it goes back to Marist. So the ponytail and all went down and took the charge. Yard. Got it. 3. Marist on threes. 2 of 15, and Yard owns them both.
Well, we knew it would come to this.
You predicted it.
5 minutes to play.
Doolin on the tie-up. Arrow gives it back to Marist.
And can they weather this storm?
Can Niagara hold their composure? Marist on a 14-3 run. And the Marist contingent behind the bench is up. The band is up as well. Yard laying off for Gang. They're going to rely on these seniors, Yard and Gang, here at the final 5.5. Bainan took her eye off of it. She was thinking about the baseline.
She would have had it, but she needed to catch it first.
Stroman, Britton, the injured Johnson, Gatto with 3 fouls, and Morris on the floor for Kendra Foston's unit. Good ball reversal for Morris, and the block by Bainan.
And it's been the Bainan-Doolin show in the last 10 minutes.
Bainan stepping into a 3. 2-pointer on the line. (43-43). We were tied 22-22 at half.
You know, and you look at the stat sheet and you see that they're scoring to get back in this game, but they've gotten back in this game on defense.
Yep.
They've had some great stops here in the last 3 or 4 possessions.
Using window, Stroman breaks the tie.
And the Yard is in disbelief. I mean, you couldn't defend any better.
Stroman has hit 2 glass cleaners today. Yard with the penetration, sets up Bainan. She was on the line when she shot it. She tied it at 43, but then Stroman comes back using the Windex and scoring.
That was created by the good dribble drive there by Yard. But again, they're scoring, but they're scoring because they're really excelling on the other end, on the defensive end.
What did Brian Georges say to Debbie Ryan for that under 12 media timeout? Defense, and we got to shut down Gatto. They've done that since then.
And that's where you get your energy from, defense and rebounding.
Good environment here at the Mass Mutual Center. second half shooting. Niagara's made 10 of 17. They're 7 of 22. Niagara opened up a 13-point lead at one point. We're talking how a veteran team like Marist handles this situation, how a rookie team, so to speak, like Niagara handles this situation. Catch and shoot for Gang. Eight points on the board for Gang, 8 points on the board for Doolin, and 8 points for Yard. Gatto posting, they didn't get it to her. Raise and fire by Morris, good seal by Bainan.
Good block out, not a particularly good shot by Morris though, not really in the rhythm of their offense.
Ryan Georges exhorting his team on from the near sideline.
Marist getting good looks off dribble drive, penetration, and kick.
And in that motion, little flare to Gang, and a foul. Doolin got free down on the block, and Morris has 4 fouls. Questioning the official. 3:12 left. 1 point. Niagara lead in the semifinals.
Welcome to the edge. For the glory of the Division I MAAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. March 1st through the 5th at Mass Mutual Center in Springfield. Action guaranteed to have you on the edge of your seat.
All the way with a slam dunk.
The way to the NCAA, the MAAC Championship. March 1st through the 5th at Mass Mutual Center. Grab your tickets at Ticketmaster.com, Massachusetts.com, or at the Mass Mutual Center box office.
How did I get here? Dumb luck? Or good decisions? Ones I've made, ones we've all made. About marriage, children, money, about tomorrow. Here's to good decisions.
Who matters most to you says the most about you. Mass Mutual is owned by our policyholders, so they matter most to us. Mass Mutual. We'll help you get there.
That's the worst half of football I've ever seen. Are you telling me we can't do this?
I got this, Coach. You know, people said, Pepsi Max, you can't get maximum Pepsi taste with 0 calories.
Who said that?
But Pepsi Max didn't listen.
We just delivered it. So get out there and taste that sweet 0-calorie victory.
The little guy's right. Pepsi Max, 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
Do you validate parking?
The Pepsi Max National MAAC Game of the Week is brought to you by Pepsi Max. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. Blue Rock Energy. Blue Rock Energy saves you money on electricity and natural gas. Blue Rock Energy, putting people in power. The American Red Cross, encouraging you to do something that means something. Anaconda Sports, home of the Rock, is proud to sponsor the MAAC. And by Dunkin' Donuts. What are you drinking? America runs on Dunkin'.
Marist has stayed in this ball game at the free throw line. They're down by 146-45.
Tough break here, too, for Niagara. And this call was made by the trail official. Looked like a pretty good tip there by Morris. Now, she had her around the waist. I stand corrected. But she's arguing her point.
And Morris is on the bench now with 4 fouls. Here's Doolin. By the way, that was the 9th foul on Niagara. So Marist shoots the double bonus on the next Niagara foul if it's not offensive. Niagara has been challenged after leading by 13. We'll see Marist going on a 19-6 run. Entry for Gatto. Doolin was holding on and one. That's strength right there by Juan Gatto.
What did she drink at halftime? She has been lights out in the second half.
Gatto was held to 1 point in that first half. She now has 15.
Just a tough move to pull that ball up and through.
The other key there is Doolin has 4 fouls.
Fourth foul, but I want to drink the water she drank at halftime.
That's a big make right there.
Yes.
2:46 mark.
And have they weathered the storm? We'll see.
Full possession lead for the Purple Eagles. He dropped 2 in the regular season to Marist. Marist only lost 1 time. That was at Manhattan. Tipped away out of the post. Yard had the presence of mind to get it back outside. Marist has only hit 2 threes in the ballgame, both by Coriel Yard. Shot clock at 8. Down to 3. Yards could have to go NBA distance. She's now made it a 1-point deficit. The 3-point numbers, all 3 have been made by Coriel Yard for Marist, and Niagara also has been hurting from the outside. Who wants to take the next big shot? Morris up and under, saved there by Gang. Foxes could take a lead on this possession. Doolan to the rim. First lead since Marist had taken a lead in the first half of the 14:02 mark. Timeout Niagara bench. And the Marist faithful is up on its feet. Kendra Foster wants to get the timeout to settle her team down with 1:26 remaining.
And this is just fun to sit and watch. I mean, great decision making here. A little late there by Marist stepping across. But just a great game to sit and enjoy and watch.
Doolan in the ballgame has 8 points for the Foxes. Bain and Leeson with 21. Yard's got another 11. Marist contingent faithful showing up with their red signs. The band making plenty of noise. And when Marist got down at 1 point by 13, their crowd started to back them up and say, hey, you can come back. You're a championship fighter. You hold the title.
That's right. The crowd was behind them, gave them a little life.
Marist has won 6 consecutive MAAC postseason titles.
And I think you go back to Gatto here. If Stroman doesn't have anything, you go back inside the Gatto. Oh, nice take. Oh, boy.
Quickly took Bainett inside. Niagara by 1. Yard. Gang's trying to set up on Gatto down low. They'd love to get it to her.
They switched out that dribble handoff, and they've got Stroman on Bain, and they need to get the ball to her inside.
Yard throws it to Akiden. He tried to get a back cut bounce pass for Yard, but it hit a foot of Niagara. 7 on the shot clock with 49.1 left in regulation. Now Marist wants to get a timeout. Timeout situation. Niagara up on the board has 1 timeout remaining. And
Marist has one timeout each.
If there's a held possession, Niagara will keep the ball. Niagara hasn't gone to the MAAC final since 1997. Niagara's looking to get there for the 9th straight time. And the Foxes have been challenged severely here in this one. An early spurt to start the second half by Niagara, put them up by 13. Marist took a standing 8 count, but has been resilient coming back. But Niagara holding on to the 1-point lead. Remember, 5 on the shot clock. Yard, see if she's aware. They don't get it off in time. Oh, they let him play on. That's
big rebound.
It had appeared the buzzer had gone off.
And I think Niagara stopped playing because they thought it was a 30-second clock violation.
And Morris is fouled out on a hold on Gang, and it's double bonus time for Marist.
But you play till you hear the whistle.
That's right.
You play till you hear the whistle.
Yard was holding the ball out on the perimeter. They got it at the last second to Gang. Here's the possession by Marist. That was the foul call on Morris. So they got 30 seconds to get somebody into the lineup.
Here's the 30 second. No, she did not get it off in time.
I thought my eyes had called it right.
Whistle should have blown there, 30-second clock violation. No whistle, but I think Niagara hesitated for a moment, stopped playing. Marist comes up with the ball.
Brandy Gang, first time at the free throw line, a career 79.6% shooter. Last year she shot 92%, this year at 74%. She has put the Foxes ahead for only the third time.
Only about a second difference between the overhead clock and the 30-second clock.
Strowman staying on the back court. They're going to play it down to at least one shot, it appears. Niagara will go for the win. Strowman to the iron.
Oh.
Back tap. And a foul. Bainan on Gatto. 7.5 remaining. It appeared Bainan had blocked it with the left hand.
It really did, and she is in disbelief. We've only got 7.5 left in the game.
And Gatto just shoot two. At best, Niagara can tie it. Gatto's had such a super second half. And Marist will burn their last time out in regulation. Gatto's 1 for 3 at the free throw line. Tough shot by Strowman.
This wouldn't go in. Great effort by Gatto. I think she had all ball there. I think she has reason to be upset. But Gatto also looked like she went to the line and she hurried. But I think timeouts here are good because it allows Gatto to collect herself and relax, catch her breath. Usually you go to the free throw line and you're tired. Sometimes coaches say, oh, well, we want to ice the shooter. I don't believe in icing the shooter. I think this just gives her a chance to rest and get herself collected before she steps back to the line.
Earlier today, Fairfield knocked off Siena. They are awaiting the winner of this game with bated breath as they beat Siena 63-48. They got into the MAAC finals against Marist back in 2010. And they await the winner of this one-point game right now with Marist battling back to take that lead. At the line, Lauren Gatto. She can tie it on a made free throw right here. Marist has no timeouts left if she does try.
But he's already covered with his team. If she makes, this is what we do. If she misses, this is what we do.
Gatto's got it on the way. We are tied. Marist's game to win. And now Niagara wants to get a substitution in. So coming in is Kelly Van Leeuwen.
You just want to keep them in front of you. You don't want to allow anything easy to the basket. You certainly don't want to foul if you're Niagara. You got to stop the ball, though.
Doolan leaves it for Akden. 2 seconds. 1 for the game. Get it out. Akden rims out. Tough day for Akden. 0-6 on threes.
A pretty good look there, and we're back in overtime.
Well, we were tied 22-22 at halftime. 30 points each in the second half by the two squads. And we end regulation. Boy, they have visited this scene before, haven't they? Back on February 19th. 2 overtime game up in Niagara. And Niagara lost that one by 2 to Marist, 79-77. Here's a look at the last possible opportunity by Marist.
Thank goodness for Strowman stopping the ball there.
And in and
down
out.
there by Johnson, yeah.
Well, let's give credit to Lauren Gatto. After that timeout, she's got to come out and make a big free throw to tie the ball game.
Sure, and I think timeouts in that situation allow your free throw shooter the chance to collect themselves and catch their breath. One reason free throws are so hard is because you usually go after you've had a hard foul, you've just sprinted the floor, you're tired, and she came, looked calm, collected, and drained that free throw to tie the game.
They each get an extra timeout. Niagara's got 2 on the board. Marist gets 1 after they exhausted their timeouts. Niagara has released from their huddle. Marist gathered around Brian Georges, comes out now. We're going to an extra 5. Second semifinal of the day. what the MAAC wanted, right?
Right, and key here, Doolin's back out on the court. She's got 4, but you're right. But how much fun has this been to sit and watch this game? I'm sure if you're a Marist fan or a Niagara fan, right, it's not been a lot of fun, but it's been great to sit and watch.
Back tap controlled by Stroman. First opportunity for the Eagles. Tipped away. Players go crashing. Shot clock at 15. Niagara possession. Open look for Johnson.
There she is again.
Arm in the air. Foul on Marist. Who's it going to be on? Kelsey Bainen. Third one on her.
She's been a one-man wrecking crew in the lane this second half.
Gatto at the free throw line is 3 for 5. 9 rebounds, 17 points. Gives the all-point lead to the Eagles. Gatto came in from the University of Illinois Chicago. Sat out last year. The transfer. Played just 1 year there. 2 big makes to put her team up by 2. Yard, Doolin, Ockenden, Bainen, Gang for the Foxes. Trying to win their 24th game of the year. Here's Yard. Another 3. 4 triples in the ball game, showing why she was chosen player of the year in the back.
Absolutely.
A trip there by Bainen causes the turnover. No whistle. As Britton went down, I think they got their sneakers tied up.
Tangled up. I mean, good no call there.
Marist on 3s, 4 of 19. The owner of all 4 3 makes, Coriel Yard. Dillon looking over her options. Has to be careful playing with the 4 fouls. We're at 5 on the shot clock. She'll drive the ball. Fox is a full possession 3-point lead.
And that might have been the best sequence I've seen from Marist in their offense in this game. Their timing was good. Their cuts were good. Their screens were good.
Stroman long distance. Gatto rescues the ball. Britton off the stop and pop. Saved by McGinnis.
Niagara on the boards.
They get a new shot clock. Under 3 left in our first overtime. Deep into the box. It's Gatto. She was 3-quarter turn. Gang played good defense. Foxes looking to push it to a 2-possession lead. Turnover count. Niagara with 1 more than Marist. Gang calling for the ball down low, being denied by Britton. Here's Yard inside.
And nobody stepped up to help that time.
Timeout Niagara as Marist goes to a 5-point advantage. Coriel Yard in the first half had 4 points. Here in this one, she has scored 12 points in the extra time as well as regulation of the second half.
She goes right to the basket and nobody steps up to help.
She got Gatto flat-footed out there denying on the perimeter.
Yeah. We might be seeing a little fatigue here from this Niagara team. A little flat-footed on that last possession.
Remember, one of their better defenders, Morris, is out with 5 fouls. She fouled out in regulation. 2:16 remains in overtime.
Right, and they're not the deepest team in the league, so losing a player like Morris is going to hurt them.
Fairfield awaits the winner of this ball game. They bested Siena today, 63-48 in our first semifinal. Championship game will go at noon Monday, March the 5th, right here at the Mass Mutual Center. Still some business to be finished, though. Blocked by Bainey.
Great block there, and they stopped her. She scored in the first possession of the overtime on that little play, and they stopped her this time.
First block of the ball game for Bainey. Comes at a very good time for Marist's defense, and Stroman on a hole. Remember, it's double bonus time for Marist. Stroman has played so hard, and only 3 fouls in this one. And Doolin has been the inspiration to this team, kind of a steadying influence in the second half.
Yes, she has.
81% strike shooter. 99 free throws taken on the regular season. The Marist bench. And Doolin drains 2. Marist by 7.
And how big has the free throw line been for Marist in this second half?
Overall, they've made 19 of 23. Stroman. Picked up there by Bainham. What a game she's had. A double-double in this one for Kelsey Bainham. 21 points and 14 rebounds. Tipped out there by Stroman.
This might be the last possession they can play out here. I wouldn't foul here with only 15 seconds left on the shot clock, but I think after this, they've got to start fouling.
McGinnis matches up on Doolin. Ockett for the 3. Her first made basket of the ball game. 1 of 7 from the field. Stroman again. Corralled by Bainham, her 15th rebound.
And I think you're seeing a lot of fatigue here on this Niagara team.
They actually went up in overtime on the 2 makes by Gatto at the line. And Marist has come back. An outscored of 12. Oh, on a run here at the tail end of overtime. Doolin back to the free throw line. Doolin continues to make her free throws. In that band section, they're going to have a good party tonight up here in Springfield.
Well, they have been pushed to the limit today by a very courageous Niagara team. And I think they've just run out of gas. I think the tank is empty right now.
Down to the final 40 seconds of our overtime period.
No need to foul at this point. Good decision here by Coach Faustin.
Seven on the shot clock. Back cut, Bainham, big finish.
And she has kept this Marist team in the game when all else failed. She still delivered. Johnson misses.
Final 12 seconds. Marist in overtime goes on a 16-0 run after Niagara took the initial lead by 2. Coach Faustin has put up the flag. Take it out. Stroman and McGinnis. They're going to get Doolin out of the lineup. Danella comes in. Yard goes out. She lives for another day here in the MAAC competition. And our Pepsi Max player of the game, Coriel Yard of Marist. They hit 5 3-pointers. She owns 4 of the makes.
Great second half by Yard.
There's Gomez looking to kill clock and finish out a win. Marist with the big overtime period dominates Niagara and finishes it out in a 68-54 win. Marist battling back from down at 13 during the course of that second half with 13:53 left. They chipped away. The free throw line was great to Marist. Bainan had an unbelievable ball game as well as Yard, and they are the victors in the end.
And defense and rebounding is what won the game for them, and he was right. They started to defend, they started to rebound. Shots then started to fall. They created their energy off the defensive end, and that's how they won this game.
Our championship bracket is set. Fairfield earlier today earned their way to the final game. And now Marist winning in overtime here at the Mass Mutual Center, 68-54. Debbie Ryan is lined up, Brian Georges, and Coriel Yard, our Pepsi Max player of the game. Let's send it out to Debbie Ryan.
I'm here with Brian Georges and Coriel Yard from Marist. Coach, tell me exactly what you said to turn this team around and win that game.
Well, basically it was senior leadership by this young lady that took over. You know, we were wondering, and we challenged the kids in the beginning of the playoffs, that the one thing we were worried about if we had a refuse to lose attitude. And it showed today that this girl has a refuse to lose attitude.
Thanks, Coach. Coriel, you didn't have your best start, but you played like the player of the year in the second half and in overtime. What did your teammates do to help you get out of that?
They told me to stay focused. They needed me, and I came through for them.
Thank you. Back to you two.
All right, thanks so much, Debbie. Great work on the sideline helping us out today. Marist goes to overtime and just dominates Niagara after Niagara took the initial lead into overtime and comes up big in the end.
And you're right, you never know if your team has that refuse to lose attitude until you're in situations like this. A lot of pressure riding on this game, and they stepped up big.
So the Foxes, who were tied up at 52-52, outlast Niagara here at the Mass Mutual Center, and they will appear in their 9th straight MAAC title game. Micah, great working with you again this season. We'll see you again next year. Once again, our final score at overtime, Marist 68, Niagara 54. Join us later today for our next MAAC Basketball Championship broadcast here on ESPN3. Our coverage starts at 2:30 p.m. Eastern with the men's first quarterfinal game as the 4th-seeded Fairfield Stags versus the 5th-seeded Ryder Bronx. From Micah Ryan, Debbie Ryan, and our entire crew, I'm Dean Darling saying so long from Springfield, Massachusetts. The preceding has been a presentation of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, Marist and Fairfield, Monday at noon on ESPNU in the championship game.